Hello and welcome back to Crafting with Amy. I'm Amy, and if you're new here, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, just know that I appreciate you all so much. This first DIY, it's actually going to be 3 projects, but they're all similar, so I just show you how I did one. I start with these pumpkins on the stand from Dollar Tree and remove all of that, and then I sanded it down because it had a lot of glitter. I was lucky that the sticker came off pretty well, but I'm going to use this on the first one. It's the larger one, this mustard colored yarn that I have, and I'm just going to wrap it around. And there will be places in some of those curvatures, you know, you're just going to have to add some hot glue. And the bottom is a little bit bulkier because of that stand, but I put Spanish moss down, and I apologize, I'm out of frame. So I just did that all the way up to the top, and I have taken that blessed sign that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I'm painting it in a Tuscan, I think it's apple barrel Tuscan red, and I just have a leaf stuck there it's not attached. So I give this just one coat with the Tuscan red. And I also painted the stem with one of those furniture markers in walnut. Now I have some of these just leaves off of a garland that I had. And I'm attaching those up at the top. 2 of the darker ones and then a lighter one in the middle. And now I'm going to attach my blessed sign. I really like these. I really like how they turned out. I used a different texture yarn on this one because it was a little larger. And now I'm just going to attach some Spanish moss down at the bottom with some hot glue onto the stand. I didn't do anything to the stand. And make sure to wear those finger protectors. I got my fingers several times by forgetting to do that. But I really, really like how these turned out. And now I'm taking a little bit of that Spanish moss and attaching it up there at the stem. And then I finally have some of that pitberry garland that I got from Hobby Lobby. And I'm wrapping it around. That one's an orange, well, not really orange, pumpkin color. And I twirled it around a pencil. And I'm going to attach one on the left side and one on the right side, doing the exact same thing. I was so glad to finally get those. I've been looking at our Dollar Tree and they haven't had them, so I was at Hobby Lobby and they had them and they were 50% off. So, and now I'm just attaching the other one to the other side. I make such a mess. And then these are little acorns that I got. I think they're so cute from Hobby Lobby. They were also 50% off. But the colors go really, really well. Complements it really well. And I'm just hot gluing those down. I decided on just 2. And I think about that, and then I'm like, nah. And I said, forget that. I was going to put a little bit of that at the top. And I have these little pre-made bows. They're raffia bows with little buttons on them. And I attached that to the top. And I just love how this turned out. I love the colors, the texture. I like a lot of different textures. So I hope you like this. Let me know in the comments. This is the other 2 that I made. And I'm just showing you here. They're pretty much identical shape. Well, they are identical shape, but they have different stuff on them. And I was able to get that off, except at the very bottom, and I had to use my X-Acto knife. And then sanding all that glitter. Whew, they love the glitter at Dollar Tree. I thought I was going to use that one on that one, but I used that on that one. Oh, it was the white or whatever color. I thought that lighter color, and I changed my mind and went with that's a rust color, and this one is like burgundy. So I just did the same things to them, just the embellishments are a little bit different. And I just think all 3 of these together, I just love them. So I hope you all enjoyed this. And I know it wasn't long ago that I got these from Dollar Tree, so they should still have them. Let me know in the comments if you like them. And for DIY number 2, I absolutely love this pumpkin, and I was going to do something totally different with it. And it was just kind of a happy mistake. I've had this foam pumpkin, and I don't know how long. I had painted it that gloss, and I don't like that gloss. So I'm like, oh, this isn't going to take the paint. I'm using that Tuscan red in matte, but I liked the way it turned out. It looked kind of streaky, and I only put 1 coat. And I do the bottom because the bottom's never been painted. Because like I said, I never used this pumpkin because I didn't like that color, and probably just ran out of time of doing things. So I give this 1 coat, and some of that color still shows through, and it's kind of streaky looking. and I like it. So I finally have these also. I'm so tickled. They came from Hobby Lobby. I've never been able to get these at Dollar Tree. So I got the little, I call them little wood logs. And now I'm getting out the hula skirt. And I think I cut that part out, but I start out by just trying to take some and just glue it up around the top. And then I decided to go to, you know, at the very top where it goes around the waist, there's a string, and I went that route because this just wasn't working. So I took enough of the strands and went around the whole pumpkin and then gave it a haircut. It needed a haircut. See, I like the way that turned out. It's I was going to put chicken wire. That was my intentions. I was going to just paint one, and I was going to put chicken wire on it. And then the chicken wire ribbon. So here I've got the, finally I got smart and got the ends, or the around the waist part of the hula skirt, and cut it. And it just attached better that way. And then I give it a haircut once I straighten it all out. It looks like Cousin It. And then I cut off some more. But this one's my favorite, and it's pretty simple. I just like the way it turned out. I have the pumpkin wreath forms that I'm gonna do. I'm trying to figure out what to do. I think I finally figured out what I want to do with those, because I want to get these fall DIYs now that I've actually been able to get some products. I want to get those done. And I don't know what happened to the footage. I took some of that pitberry and did the same to the top. I put one of the pumpkin color and one of the clear cream, and stuck them out the top, and then put one of the little raffia bows with the button on it. So this is DIY number 3. This one is just the little chalkboard, and initially I had started, I left it like that, and I was going to put a sunflower on it, and it just didn't show up. So then I decided to paint it with my it's Waverly Snow White chalk paint. I paint the entire thing, the legs, the back, all of it, and I think I give it 2 coats. If you all are new here, I hope you all enjoy these DIYs and will consider trying them. And if you like the content, then I hope you'll consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload. I normally upload on Wednesdays, and I may still do an upload on Wednesday, but I have so many fall things that I want to get done before I start Christmas stuff. So if you'll hit that notification bell, it'll let you know when I upload. And again, my normal upload days are Wednesdays. I can never tell what time it will be because of our internet. but this is just kind of an extra one because, like I said, I have so many fall still yet left to do before I start with Christmas. I just can't bring myself to get into Christmas DIYs right now. That's to me a little early, but so I'm taking this window clean, and this time I sprayed it's a spray glue, and just put it on there and smoothed it out. I've got a little rag there that I'm smoothing it out with. And I think about putting the extra little leaves that were by the window clean, and I decided not to. So I've got these little sunflowers that came from Dollar Tree, and I take 2 of those and I end up putting them down at the bottom. I just glue them. And now I'm making a little, I'm sorry I'm out of frame, just a little jute bow by wrapping it around my fingers several times. And then I put a clip on it to hold it because I have some different colored baker's twine. It's the orange and brown and yellow. And I want to add those to that if I can ever get off the row. They don't mean for you to get that stuff off. So I use all 3 of those. And again, I'm sorry I'm out of frame. I was just trying to figure out how to get that started. Finally. So I do that one as well. And then I do the yellow. Or maybe that's the brown. Yeah. And then I just put these on top of the little jute one that I made. And tie it with some jute. And I just go around it and tie it tight, and then tie a knot. I think I tied 2 and cut off the excess. And now I'm going to glue it to the top left, just with hot glue. And then I'll take another little sunflower and put it in the middle. But then I realized I forgot to dry brush this Waverly Antique Wax. So that's what I'm doing with, I go over the sunflowers, I go over everything. I'm always afraid I'll do too much. Sometimes I don't get it heavy enough. Sometimes I get it too heavy. These are those little brushes from Dollar Tree. And I really like those for doing this. But you gotta watch the hairs on them. Sometimes the hairs get all out of whack. I learned that in the last project. So this is just one of those little window clings from Dollar Tree, and the little chalkboard sign, and everything on this one came from Dollar Tree. The jute twine and the jute twine may not have, but the little baker's twine did. And I like that one. It's not my favorite. The pumpkins are my favorite. But I still think that's cute. I'm just not the greatest with the window clings. Anything that, I was so excited to get them. And decoupage and I don't get along. So this one here, I started with this. This is an old like cookie tray, metal cookie tray, and I ended up not using the Waverly Antique Wax because of the color of the window cling. This is another window cling one. So I give it, I think, 3 coats. I dried it with my hair dryer in between of the Snow White Waverly Snow White chalk paint. I do all of it. The inside, the rim, the back. I wasn't able to remove the little tag. It was so old. This was my husband's mother's. She had several of them. And, yeah, 3 coats. So, getting this transfer or window cling off was not fun because it has some really intricate details on, I think it's the T. So I had a time getting this off. I think it's pretty. I like the colors. But so this one I do Mod Podge. I first think I'm going to put it on the back of it, but I ended up putting it on the tray. I just use matte Mod Podge. That's where that it's really thin and it curls up. Fingers crossed. I always do that when it's Mod Podge. So I decided to just put it directly on the plate or tray. And here goes. I get it a little too close to the right and a little too high. But I was afraid to try to move it once I got it down. Now I'm just trying to make sure I get the air bubbles out. And since the reason I didn't use the Waverly Antique Wax is because that's more of a, I ended up using Folk Art Matte Chestnut and go around the rim. And at first I was going to make it pretty solid, but after I put it, the brush strokes almost made it look like a wood grain, so I left it like that. And that's what this is. It's Apple Barrel or Folk Art one. I think this is Folk Art, and it's chestnut, and it just matches those leaves better. But I was gonna put a second coat, and then I was like, no, I kind of like that showing through. It kind of looked like wood grain to me. So now I have some lambs here. Is that what? I think Walmart has really good lamb's ear, so that's where this came from. And I'm just gluing down pieces. This one isn't my favorite either, but I followed through with it. I like more textures, and I do better at those types of things. And now I'm going to use those acorns again, and I put those, I think those are so pretty. I put 2 up in between. I wish on this one I had done a different bow. Or just not done a bow, because I realized my colors I used an orange burlap and a green burlap. Right there, you see it. I just made 2 awareness bows, and I put an acorn in the middle of those also. So let me know what you think. I'm just not really feeling this one. Oh, and I put some of that stuff, that pitberry, as a hanger. So thank you all for watching, and I should have another video up Wednesday. This is just trying to get rid of items that I have, and I hope you'll consider subscribing and liking and sharing the video. Thank you.